Everybody, I've just come on live and then I just suddenly had the feeling that my door is going to go any moment because I forgot I've got a delivery coming. So the door could go, guys, while I'm talking to you. I do apologise. Like, literally, as soon as I pressed live, I was like, oops, should I have done that? We shall find out. Anyway, it's not just one card. That's another reason I've got a little bit more time with you guys today, because I've got 3 cards. You get to choose from 3 cards today on this Friday. It's also my son's birthday today, so happy birthday to my darling son Luke. I hope he has an amazing day. So anyway, gorgeous people, you've got to choose from card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and they are again from my Inspire students. So we'll have a look at those in a minute. So just think about what it is perhaps you need to know in today's energy as we go into the weekend, so that we can work out things for you based on this card. These cards will give you some energy. They're really interesting ones. I think 2 of them I think have come out, and 1 of them I don't think has come out before in the entire time I've had this deck. So this is really good. So let me say hello to a few people. Hi Cherie, hi Jezza, hi Amy, how are you doing? Hi Nada. Pop-up boxes that we don't want. You're choosing to ask about love. Good. Happy birthday to my son. Thank you Nada. Hi, thank you Dee Dee. Hi, thank you Dawn as well. Hope that you're well. So are you ready, people? If you're watching on repeat, again you can still choose card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. Now the first one is by Bethany Vascoy. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it is this one. So you ready? Card number 1 is this one. It's called Jabberjaw. That's the picture that Bethany had drew. A little bit sort of a lot going on in that picture, quite maybe one would argue a bit too much, and it basically says it's time to quieten the noise cluttering your thought forms. And I think that's quite apt, considering we are in a Mercury retrograde, and you know how that sends us all a little bit crazy. We start to do things that we don't want to do, maybe, or didn't think we were going to do. It can make us quite explosive. We have too much going on in our mind. It makes us a bit paranoid. That this energy today, if you've chosen this one by Bethany, is saying that perhaps today is a little bit, remember yesterday I said I felt a little bit of frenzied energy. Feels like if you've chosen this card, that you in particular might be experiencing that. It could also be because it's about Jabberjaw, it's about talking, talking in your mind, the clatter in your mind. There's also could spill out of your mouth. So there's something about this energy today that you might find that somebody can't keep the mouth closed, that perhaps they shouldn't say something, that something falls out of their mouth, or perhaps you shouldn't say something, that you should be like, let me just quieten all this clutter in my head, make it calm, try to look at something from maybe a different perspective before I let it fall out of my mouth. And or if you're dealing with somebody that's falling out of their mouth, maybe just to again try to look at it from their island, their perspective, to try to see if there's a reason why you've had a bit of a Jabberjaw, why there's so much going on, because this energy is saying here there's just too much going on with all this Mercury and retrograde energy, making everything go blah. Let some calm, let some quiet and some tranquility, some groundedness is pretty much needed when this card comes out. Too much is going on. You need to order your thoughts, because otherwise it will come out like madness. And nobody wants to look mad now, do they? Anyway, hi Marina, hi Barbara, hope that you're well. So we're going to go to card number 2. If you're watching on repeat, you might want to start again, but you get to choose from card number 1, card number 2, now card number 3. So this one is just by Elisa, and I hope I pronounce this right because it's Italian. It's Strega and Pacalachaiko. Let's see the picture. I'm trying to get it to focus because it's pretty. Look at that. Mind versus spirit, which are you today? So you have very similar, I guess, to the first card. This whole energy about which one do you want to be? You can be this free-spirited person, but maybe in energies. See, I told you the door would go, so I'm going to go and answer that. I'll be back. Hello. I told you, I knew as soon as I pressed start, I was like, no, I've got a delivery coming, and it came. And as you know, or some of you may not know, that was Mr. Darcy. That was my dog, who goes absolutely cray-cray when anybody comes to the door. The bike stands out, you know, motorcycles, postmen, delivery men. Don't like them one little bit. So sorry about that. That was a bit of a pause interlude. This is what happens when one is live and works from one's home and forgets that a delivery is coming. So what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by dogs and mailmen was this card is about, again, being mindful. There's something about today's energy that you could be free-spirited, but is that wise to do when the energy is a little bit frenzied? I think you have to think of your own personal circumstances about whether it's going to be appropriate. So if there are a set of circumstances where it could be supportive is if you maybe need to be a little bit more extroverted, maybe a presentation, something like that, then yes, free-spirited, that's when the Mercury retrograde energy would be quite helpful for you. It would kind of give you that kind of whirlwind boost. But if you're dealing with challenges or negativity or, you know, things like that, then perhaps the more calmer approach of the calm, still clown is what is needed. You know, a bit more mind than perhaps spirit today. Calmness. Again, I'm getting this all contrast really from yesterday about just thinking about being more grounded in situations than perhaps the other one, like judging a situation in terms of which one really applies to you. So Amy, for example, you wanted to know about love before Mr. Darcy. The thing is, I'm talking to you and I can hear my dog in the background trying to unwrap my delivery and probably very successfully unwrapping it to see what's in it. I can hear him. So Amy, when it comes to love, perhaps going for somebody that you've used more thought than maybe your heart might be a different approach to love, or choosing somebody who's a little bit more grounded than maybe free-spirited may also be a hint in the right direction for you in terms of that card. So finally on to card number 3. Sorry, yeah, he sounds like a really bad evil dog when he goes for it. He sounds crazy, but you know, I've got King Charles Spaniel. He's only tiny. He just sounds bigger than what he is. He just sounds like a little nutter. And then he calms down and then he's like the cutest thing. He just doesn't, like, you know, we go out, he's calm, he never barks at anybody outside, but anybody comes to our door, particularly the postman. Our postman makes me laugh because he just is really grumpy, our postman, but in a really cute way, and he always just tells him off. He just says, "Oh, shut up." Anyway, oh, sorry, I'm trying to click down. It's not letting me click down. So anyway, so this one, card number 3, you've chosen card number 3. Well, this excitement today. Told you, everything's in a frenzy. Even I was in a frenzy. The Fool card. This is by lovely Nada, who's here today, I believe, unless Mr. Darcy scared her off. So she drew this picture of this kind of fragile broken egg, which I'm trying to get it into focus to see it. The birth of a new you. At your core, you know, I can't read back. Let me read it. At your core, you know how to successfully navigate life. So for those of you who chose the Fool card, it is an indication that Fool card is about new beginnings, starting at step 1. There is a bit of naivety, perhaps, but also because this card, in this particular version of the Fool card, it's got this egg. So it does symbolize newness, but you see how fragile it is. So there is an element, again, that I just want to back out with my spirit guides, that we are in this kind of period of, like, if you're starting something new, it can be a bit more fragile, maybe, because you're starting in a Mercury retrograde. So new relationships, just treat a little bit more fragile, fragility with it, in terms of, bringing in negative vibes. Or if you're starting new work, just tread a bit carefully, at least up until the 6th, but particularly today. But despite that, the positive in this card is there is going to be new beginnings for you from today. So any new choices that you're falling upon will be good for you. The only thing that I would say is what I've just said is that there probably will be from today, maybe up until the 6th, a little bit of fragility. Just be careful with what you're starting new at this moment in time. But the other thing my guides are saying, for those of you who also chose this card, is that some of you might be feeling a little bit foolish today again. If you maybe was a jabberjaw and you perhaps said something you didn't mean, you might be feeling like a fool. It doesn't mean you can't solve a situation, that you can't resolve it. You know, you're not a fool. It just, what it means also, if you have felt like a fool, it just means that you can start a new beginnings, that you just have to just do it. Maybe you're just feeling a bit vulnerable about it right now, but you will be fine. All right. So that was your cards today and the drama of my insane dog. Shall I bring him here so you can see just how butter wouldn't melt in his back mouth? Let me go and get the little troublemaker. Come here. Come here. Oh, here you go. Hello. This is Mr. Darcy. This is the troublemaker. This is the one that makes all the bad noises. Yes. This is Mr. Darcy. He's the one who goes cray cray. It's heavy. when he knocks at the door. And then he got Madison, who never says boo to a goose hardly, apart from in one of my videos when I did it last week. Anyway, lovely people, I will see you all Monday. Have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you then. All right. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.